Phil, where are we?
Yeah, we find ourselves in South Americas for this one. Some of you might have figured this. Parque Fernando is the name relates to the narrative, what you will have to do in this reserve. Don't think I want to spoil that right away for people, but you will, of course, encounter another reserve warden in here that we already heard in the trailer.
Let me know. Is his name Fernando? No.
No. That you will encounter, and you will help that person, and that title is related. So I think Patagonia is kind of the inspiration for this one. Obviously, only as an inspiration, not like this is actually that real place. But yeah, definitely a different continent of the maps that we've had so far. Something fresh, something more on the green side of things as well. And yeah, as we can see here, already getting the first impressions of the map. And,
cool.
Very nice to say hi to so many people on the stream.
Yes, speaking of map, do you want to pop it open, AC? People have already asked, can they see what the map looks like?
Alright, so here's the map.
And AC can actually pronounce those names.
Yeah, I can try to. Yeah, so I think it's the same size as the previous ones, but I get the feeling that it's kind of big somehow. So we have the awesome lakes all over the place, and we'll try to show you the different scenery of the different parts of the map.
There's different kind of biomes around that you just kind of expect to see in this regional kind of area. I mean, as always, as Phil said, it's not like a real direct copy paste of a place, so we try to add in different core regions that you would expect to find these zones, but all in the same kind of neighborhood, as it were. We're being asked, does it cost? Yes, it is a DLC, similar to all of the other maps that we've done previously. I presume we're going with the same price, Phil?
Yeah, same price, so that depends a little bit on where you are and what currency you are, but same as the other reserves, $7.99.
Cool. And there will be, someone's asked me about a new gun. There'll be the opportunity to get a new skin for an existing gun as you play for the missions, similar to as we do with Med for Tiger and the like. Yes, but you do get cool new clothing as well.
Yeah.
Do we have that equipped already?
I'm not sure. We can check it out.
Well, you either did it before or not.
I think we can go to one of the outposts later on. And we'll just check
we can just grab it there.
Cool. So there is, there's a new gun. There's a new skin for the 338 Rangemaster that is tied to a challenge in the game, or rather several challenges that we might see on this stream, or maybe we keep it for the next. Let's see what's going to happen. And there's a new outfit, and then of course a whole bunch of new animals.
Yes. So speaking of showing later, we're going to show you kind of the basics of the map today. So we'll show you some of the gameplay, how the environments look. We'll show you some animals. This is a sort of work in progress development build. So animal behavior on this particular one could be a bit weird. We might have issues finding them, or we might find them all clustered together like they're at a rave or something. So that will not make it live, but just for the purposes, again, we showed you this before. We show you early. As far as that's concerned, that of course means that you're not going to have to wait very long for Parque Fernando to appear. We're being asked about when it's live. It's going to be pretty soon. You know, we normally say soon. It can be very soon or pretty soon. Kind of guess the time scale according to that, but you should not have to wait too long for this at all.
I think we also established sooner than soon.
Sooner? Did we do sooner than soon?
That
must be Mars on vacation. I'm going to have to add one to my scale now.
Yeah. Established sooner than soon.
Sooner? Did we do sooner than soon? That must be Mars on vacation. I'm going to have to add one to my scale now.
Yeah.
Sooner than soon, Tia.
How many kind of animals in this reserve? Was it around 8?
6?
So we have, in the reserve, there's one species that's already known from Hirschfelden, which is the red deer. Makes a lot of sense on this map. Then we have pretty much only new ones with mule deer, finally, right?
Mule's going to be popular.
Mule deer, then we have water buffalo, cinnamon teal, so another mallard species. Axis deer, black buck, puma, and then I probably forgot something, but I think that's it. Axis, black buck, red deer, mule deer, water buffalo, cinnamon teal,
buffalo we did, yeah.
puma. There we go.
I think that covers it.
Yep.
In the chat. Maybe we can talk about... what do we have?
I don't know if I should... Okay, now we have animal senses disabled, but look at that.
I don't know if we do, though, because you started running and that deer spooked, so I'm not sure.
Bosque Muerto, the dead forest.
Take the shot, AC.
Should I?
Yeah, why not? Oh,
Not anymore. So yeah, we did leave sensors off then. Oh no, that was another one.
Okay, I think the two. Let's change weapon here.
Oof. That was
Oh, there we go.
yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
Oh, he's gone for a swim.
Okay, he escaped.
Hashtag dev build.
Hashtag dev build. Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, that was a quick shot there. It was like, phew.
What was another?
There was another one, yeah.
Where's
There
the
was
other
another
fella?
Yeah, I think it was just drinking as well. Same spot as the other one.
So
Oh,
To
again,
the water. Yeah.
again, the kind of behavior of the animals you're going to see here is going to be a bit funky because
Okay,
this is
never
still
mind.
in development. Of course, this is just us wanting you to get a sort of first view about what we have coming in, not
Yeah.
necessarily how it's going to be when it's released. This is
It-
not an advert, put it
Yeah.
that way.
It's also classic AC. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna shoot directly at the animals when
Bang!
when I
But
see them.
you told me to.
Yeah, but
Should
we
I
told
shoot
you,
at them?
We told you to take the shot. Like,
Yeah.
of sorts.
So this is the big new thing with the puma.
Mm.
What we're introducing is a predatory behavior. So the puma being the first real large cat coming to the game, that one is going to hunt other animals, other prey species. Pretty much almost anything on that map.
Mm.
So what you will see is, imagine you roam around on the map and you have a deer located close to you. There might be, or you have nothing in front of you. You might see a puma chasing another animal. So that should be something that can be observed.
Mm.
They're quite fast, they're quite stealthy. Sometimes they also just swim to shore because
No!
AC shot them. But that is something new. So you will see that interaction in terms of animals, well, pumas and predators running around. And of course, that is a first one in the game. So we're really, really, really looking forward to what you guys are going to say, and especially the moments that are going to happen in the game. Because it might be that you're stalking the same deer as a puma, and then it ruins your hunt, or maybe the other way around. And of course, the puma can also attack you.
Mm.
Chances of that happening are rather slim, but be warned. And here we can see the first one up close.
Yep.
So people are saying, will they actually catch and kill, or will they just chase? It is just chase for the most part.
Well,
as I understand it.
we leave this open for you guys to find out.
Mhm. It's going to be so much fun watching that diamond you've been stalking get mauled by a puma.
No.
You can use
Oh.
the prey that the puma has successfully hunted. You can use that, or you can find them.
Mm.
And chances are, if you find a carcass, an animal carcass, that pumas might be nearby feeding.
Mm.
So you can use them. You can use it as clues.
Mm.
Not the carcasses themselves, but there should be clues around there. So if you're stalking and if you're really silent, that can be used to an advantage. But of course, there's a little bit of a risk and reward how deep you want to go into that puma territory.
Corey1994, I've seen your question pop up twice, so I haven't had a chance to answer it just yet. If you talk to our support at support.thehunter.com, they can will definitely help you out with that. Trophy lodges we're being asked about. So we know you folks want trophy lodges, and maybe one time in the future it'll happen, perhaps. No, we know you really want it, but we have our first step towards something similar in Parque Fernando, don't we?
Correct. So one of the big things in Parque Fernando is that you're going to help the reserve warden build up trophy lodge, well, the trophy collection of Parque Fernando, which is the building that you've seen in the trailer.
Mm.
That is one of the first things where you will go in the narrative of this reserve. And it's basically a huge lodge that you will help build up with different things. And one aspect of that is, trophies, basically. The main difference of what you will probably expect under Trophy Lodge is that you will not collect your very... there is an animal, I think it's a red deer. You will not collect your very own trophies, so the ones that you harvested. This step, it will basically be very similar to other trophies. So there is going to be one spot for almost, I think, every animal in the reserve. And if you harvest a diamond, that one will be displayed as a trophy in the trophy collection room. So that is a very good step forward, I think, without confirming too much. But it is a good compromise between obviously the request that you guys having and what we can build at the same time as with a new reserve, new animals and these kind of things, without just focusing on one thing. And then there's some people who like don't really care about that.
But still, it's not what we call a trophy lodge as you guys understand it. That's maybe something that might come further down the line or something. Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Oh, we do, okay.
There is a Axis Deer Screamer Collar.
I've been on holiday. I'm not up to date. Sorry.
We can maybe show off a few of them.
So there is a new one. I think that's the Snortrees.
That's a
not the new
Snortrees,
one.
Yeah, and there's, as Graham just said, there's a couple of overlapping colors that still work with the new animals in here, and there's a new Axis Deer Screamer collar, so that one will be included.
Let's see what kind of...
Number
The 6.
Number 6. Let's do it. Oh my god.
Can the pumas climb trees? I don't believe we have tree climbing, do we?
No.
No.
That's not going to happen. That is, of course, another cherry on top.
It would be a really nice cherry, but the amount of work that would need to go into creating that cherry would be immense. Sometimes it's hard to understand like what a feature equates to in terms of development time and effort into what it gives to the game. So we could give you an extra animation where it looks like the puma's in the tree, but that removes us the chance from making the next cool animal that isn't in the map yet, I guess. So it's
yeah, there's always like a give and take.
Yes.
So I think it's important to see what you guys will say once you can actually play the reserve and hunt some pumas. And of course we'll be happy to listen, but that kind of addition it's just a lot of work. Doesn't mean that we don't have any plans to do it, but right now it's not included.
Yeah, I mean, right now we have so much content we can put in the game, and we'd love to put it in the game for you folks. So it's about deciding which one we think you'd like more: a puma or a new animation for a deer, for example, if you were to take that into account. But also, there might be little odds and ends. You never know. We'll see. Any new achievements for this map? I presume so.
Yeah, there's going to be 11 new achievements. We'll take a look at the old ones as well to make sure that they work correctly, of course.
Yep.
But most of the new achievements are going to be tied again to narrative and arcs of the new characters that you're going to encounter, and I think a couple different ones as well.
Map is the same as always, same size as always. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, it's going to be the same kind of scale as the other maps we have available. Any chance of a level boost with more new maps? I mean, this is a new map we're showing off here, and there will be more to come, I'm sure. As far as a level boost, I'm best talking about taking it above 60. It's something we discussed with Zeke in previous streams before. They don't just want to tack on extra levels, but they'd like to give you something more to flesh that out. So it's something that they've been had an eye on, let's say, but nothing we can confirm about just yet.
Here we can see mule deer, female, so we know. It's been kind of funny, like after the announcement and especially the animal selection, there's of course been a lot of hype and happy people regarding the pumas, but all the real hunters out there saying like, finally mule deer. Happy to make you happy, guys.
Yes, we know that mule deer has been a popular request. Add turkey. I'd love to see turkey hunting in here.
I'm thinking, should we go to...
further through the storyline.
So, here we got a little outpost. Isn't it beautiful? Check it out.
I'd live there. Totes. It's super cozy.
So cozy. Let's take a look inside.
Nice.
Oof.
Real nice.
Oof. Check
they got
it
some
out.
lovely Swedish style interior design there. The minimalism.
Yeah, never mind.
Okay, we got our first.
Okay.
There it is. Yeah.
As we said, it's in development.
Yeah, we're not dev build right now. If you could see all of the debug spam we had to turn off before we actually showed you this, so you'll still get the odd message will slip through. That's nicer than my apartment. Mine too. Yeah.
So, should we show off some new clothing?
Yes.
Did we purchase it before stream, or do we need to buy it still? Let's find out, I guess. Oh no, we have it.
Ta-da!
Wonderful.
Yeah, so shout out here to Cecilia, making not only all the new animals that we see on this map, but also the new clothing, of course available for male and female version. Yeah, Patagonian Gaucho outfit. There you go, this is going to be included with the reserve. I think this is going to be free for everybody, regardless of purchase of the DLC.
Oh, cool.
Don't quote me on it, I will double check it, but this is how it looks. So it gives you a little bit more of the, Patagonian flavor.
Yes.
Cool. Someone's asking if PS4 can they upgrade the standard edition 2019 edition. I don't believe that's possible. You'd need to purchase the DLCs individually, so wait for a sale out there. I think on Steam you might be able to do it as a part of the bundle thing they offer, but PS4 store I do not believe so. Sorry. What about the hit wounds? we added the hit wounds very recently. They may not show in this build again because it's a dev build. But so what are we looking at then?
Yeah, so here we have Axis Deer just in the front, then a black buck to the left. I think this might actually be
A rare.
a rare.
Yeah, it's not supposed to look like that. If
I
it's
think-
a rare.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a melanistic one by looks of things.
Yeah.
And a puma. Male variations of all of them. Of course, there's more animals, but here, as Graham said, we kind of froze them, so they keep moving, but we can take a look at them.
Mm.
Yeah. And big shout out here again to Cecilia making all the animals. Tommy and Josephine for making all the animations on specifically the puma. And of course the coders, all of them, about features that we don't see right now because they're frozen.
So, should we wait and then spawn some new animals?
I think we just let's take a look at a little bit more of the movement of the animals. I think especially the puma. I think that one looks really good. If you would want to shoot them, I mean, it's really mean.
Yeah.
But it kind of shows off the hit animation if you take off the scope and hit it once.
Okay.
We're against animal cruelty, but maybe it's worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
Unless Chet says no.
yes.
Do it without the scope if you
I don't think Chad are ever going to say no. I'm pausing. I want to see that puma pound on that deer. So yeah, as Phil mentioned earlier in the stream, there you will see some puma
Should I?
interacting with the other animals. So, so that was a nice hit animation there. It kind of jumped up and reacted.
And then we see it's also like it's hurt.
Mm.
So now there we go.
Yeah.
As you can see, like the hit marker decal seems to be under the skin there because again we are in development here. Axis antlers are incorrect. They only have 3 tines, not 4. Cecilia,
Oh.
check it out. No,
Ah.
the
happened? Did you
puma
hit
got one
me?
last bite in before he went out.
Okay, rest in peace. I'm
Even
sorry.
even when they've been frozen, they're still aggressive.
Yeah.
It was a mythical.
I
one.
deserved it.
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll check out the deer tines there.
Should we sponsor that?
Yep, sure.
Okay. Should we, Graham? Do you want to open up the beautiful
Again,
background?
why don't the hit wounds work? We're on a in development build here, so you will see some squiffy stuff. That is perfectly normal and expected. It's kind of that. Okay, let's have a look what we got.
Da-da-da-da! Check it out.
Yeah, so big party here. Now we added a red deer with some pretty impressive antlers.
Yep.
Check it out.
Water buffalo with some very impressive horns, and male mule deer to the party. So the only animals missing here is of course the puma that we just had and the cinnamon teal, which can be found only on waters. Improvement to the mallards on this reserve as well is you can find them on all bodies of water, so also elevated ones.
Okay.
So that's gonna be nice for them.
She does stunning work. Cecilia hype there in chat. Yeah, she really does. Some of these animals are
Look
beautiful.
at that.
Show us the sound effects for the animals. Unfortunately, the sound effects aren't so easy for us to show off because we don't have like the tools that can just spontaneously make them make noises. So you'll probably see them maybe in next week's stream or whatever, where we can more realistically hump them rather than just sort of showing you as a tourist kind of view.
Yeah, but shout out there again as well. Like once you will hunt and stalk in here and you hear some puma screams and these kind of things, like think about Greg and Matthias who've done an amazing job. Also all the ambient sounds with all the birds and footsteps and these kind of things. Well done, and I will give some love to some other people as well.
Yes. Should we somehow make them run away?
You can probably
if
just
it's
turn off the
possible.
sensors, but I need to put the
Okay.
backdrop.
Fold up the background. Thank you.
Will there be rare fur variations for all of these as well? Yes, there will be. Can you show us a max level mule deer? I mean, we're not here to show you everything. We'd like you to have some surprises when you play as well. So we'll...
So
here we can see something which we'll probably show in the next stream, right?
yes.
To the right. Or we don't look. We look or we don't look.
Little sneak peek. What was that under construction?
It's literally under construction.
Why did the Cape Buffalo get nerfed so bad? Well, due to player feedback. I mean, we've been adjusting the Cape Buffalo a few times now based upon feedback from you folks specifically. So, unfortunately, you can't please everyone at all times, but we hopefully will narrowed it down in something that's the best we can possibly offer. But again, always there's going to be someone who doesn't have it quite for them. But no new equipment items for this one. Generally, they tend to come with species-related updates, don't they?
I think we
rather
have new decoys for the cinnamon tea.
Okay.
So cinnamon tea will feature new decoys. There is the axis deer screamer caller that we already showed a little bit earlier, and there is going to be mule deer scent. That's going to be new. Then, of course, the new outfit that you've seen, the Patagonian gaucho, and then weapon skins will be added as well.
Any handguns? Wait
Yep.
and see what we show next week. But yes, Phil just said yes. Can we lure pumas? You can indeed. You can use a jackrabbit caller, as far as I'm aware. You cannot bait things. No.
I think.
Otherwise, Zeke's lying.
I think
No, then it's good because I wasn't sure if it's the jackrabbit one or I think we have another distress caller.
Oh, it could be the distress form.
The fawn,
That's
I
probably
think it's
more likely actually distress form. But yes, there is a caller there. Yeah. Are you guys going to do that early access thing you did last time so we can find bugs?
Probably not. This a little bit more complicated when it comes to paid content, like how we deal with like ownership and access and these kind of things.
Yeah.
Super grateful for how it went last time with the GameSpot, and that was a really big update for us as well, with like very big changes to network and remaster and data layout and all these kind of things. So for this one, we don't have it planned. We're going to look into the next big releases, how we're going to handle that. But yeah.
Will we get a four-legged hunting helper sometime in the distant future? Is that even technically feasible? It should be technically feasible, but it's not something you're going to see overnight. But it has been highly requested. We see a lot of requests in our streams, so we'd like to say yes. If not tomorrow or next month or the month after, it's something that we know is on the list of stuff people would love to see.
Absolutely. Like, basically, we can do anything. We just can't do everything.
Yeah.
So with this reserve, we try to tick off a lot of things that you guys requested since the game has been released. And again, we feel it's a good mix of like how deep does it need to go and what are all the things that you want.
Yeah.
So with the trophy collection, with the Puma, with predatory features, with additional new colors and all that kind of stuff, that's all going to be in this map. And we hear you about new things, and who knows when they will be added.
Is there any place left you think, okay, I'll leave you alone? That's just rude.
Yeah, we still have the senses disabled. That's why they're not fleeing from us.
Yeah.
So we can just take a look at them.
This is, I think, another rare.
Yeah, pretty.
Yeah.
Look at this magical piece of the forest.
Yeah, and this is another good example. Like, it was just raining like 5 minutes ago, and the rain has passed now, and you see this little fog creeping up in the forest, and it's a really nice example how the reserve can look. Of course, there's going to be a lot of sunny days as well, but it's a nice impression of what you can expect to see here.
Is the Hunt Club beta working or bugged? Lots of players in the forum don't see missions. Maybe that's something we can check out after. Again, I've just come back after 2 weeks holiday, so it's hard for me to say yes or no at this time, but we'll check it out. Why doesn't any plans on adding the ability to have multiple saves? That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a request that we get every now and then as well, and we understand like the comfort that would add, and also a little bit more security and safety. So there's nothing we can confirm right now, but maybe at a later point.
Yes. 4570 Arctic skin anytime. That will be in the suggestion category. File that away. Thank you. Big horn would be amazing. Can you guys add loadouts?
Yeah, I think that's also like in the level of like some comfortable quality of life additions.
Ooh, check that out.
Nice, this looks
That's
good.
pretty.
So loadouts is nothing that is planned right now, but I think it's something that pops up every now and then when we talk about new stuff.
Date this goes live. I missed it. You did not miss it because you have not given a date, but we can say it's going to be pretty dang soon. Can you add wood grouse in Medved? Suggestions folder. Thank you.
Okay.
Otherwise, you poke me.
Yeah.
So, here we got a cute little pier, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where we're adding the new fishing thing from?
Graham, don't start it.
No, I went there. Kappa. No, there is not going to be a fishing
So,
picture
check
at this
this
time.
out. Check this out. Look at that view.
That's so pretty.
That's very nice.
Graham just lost his job. I did not. I'm allowed to Kappa sometimes. Phil is not the only troll on the team.
I'm trying very hard though.
Yeah.
Check that out.
Add PC crossplay, so like cross-platform play. Is that something we're ever likely to see?
I mean, that's another huge tech investment. Obviously, again, like if we could just flip a button to make it happen, we would totally do it.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit more complicated than that. So maybe that's another one for the future, because we would love to have as many people as possible play the game together, and of course, multiplayer is a lot of fun. But yeah.
Any plans improving the maps so able to put more than one waypoint? That'd be pretty neat. But again, that's a quality of life thing. What we can take it as a suggestion. It's not something we have planned right now, but that's a good idea. What's that up there going up the hill, Lacey?
I think what we discussed is, especially in multiplayer, placing waypoints that other people can see, but it hasn't found its way to like the state where we would say now we're gonna do it. If you go just around a little bit to the left, you should find it. Okay, good, very good.
I'm just gazing at the herd of cute animals. Check them out.
What about the ability to max out all perks and skills? I mean, we kind of wanted folks to make a choice with how they play.
Am I closing in now?
So not at this time, I guess.
Circle.
Add stone circle.
Is it? It's not for aliens. It's for something else.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun.
So we have these kind of stone rings scattered all around in the reserve, and that is again tied a little bit to the narrative of this reserve. So if you zoom into the nice little shed over there, there we go.
We have it.
So I think if you now walk outside of the circle while being zoomed in to that little thing,
It's
as if by magic.
Exactly. So if you walk back in, this nice little thing pops out again. So this is what we call challenge targets, and they're going to be scattered all around the reserve. And you can find them, and you can take those challenges and beat them. The game will track it, and in the end, if you beat all of them, you'll get a nice little prize.
What are your plans right now? You can tell us. This, Parque Fernando, is a very broad question. Generally, we'll tell you our plans when we're ready to tell them. And the ones we're ready to tell is all this stuff you've been seeing the last hour or so. But yeah, these challenges are pretty neat. You'll find them sort of littered around. So aren't they pretty? So that's where the cinnamon name comes from then. The colouring, of course.
Yeah. Quite exotic, one might say. Very beautiful animals. Again, they're going to be in different variations as well. So check them out. We usually leave those up for you. Same as the other animals. The rares are going to be there as well.
Yeah.
And you can find the cinnamon teals in Parque Fernando across the reserve on all water bodies if they're elevated or not. And there's going to be new decoys for them as well.
Any chance we get more community manager interaction on the forum? So I guess you mean the Steam forums. AC, more community interaction on the Steam forums. Yes. Otherwise, you can find us all over the place.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to kind of be just on the Steam forum, but now we're a little bit everywhere almost. You're always going to get the most important updates on these locations at all times, but for general chit-chat, you can get us on Twitter, Facebook. Our Facebook group is now quite big. I think there's like 8,000 people in there now. The Steam Community Hub, our Discord. So they're all the places you can talk to us. Because we're offering you so many different places to talk to us, it doesn't mean we're not super active in one or the other. It's kind of all over the shop. So we do try and get there as much as we can, but it's kind of something we had to do in order to give you more ways to talk to us, let's say. But otherwise, all important information you should always get no matter where you follow us. If you have any critical updates or new stuff coming out, we'll always tell you on everywhere. All of the things. Yes, they actually added screamer callers. Can we see it? Yeah, let's pop out the screamer caller again. AC. It was number 6, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Give a quick toot on that.
So intense.
Are the teal decoys free or part of the Mallard DLC? So I presume if you're at Parque Fernando, then...
I believe so. I need to double check that as well, but I think they're going to be tied to the DLC of Parque Fernando.
Okay, and actually that wraps us up now.
Yeah.
We are done. We are 5. We've been running an hour.